In a startling rebuke to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a federal judge in Florida on Monday struck down an agency order that required people nationwide to wear masks on public transportation to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The travel mask mandate had been in place for 14 months, implemented shortly after President Biden's inauguration, and was a key part of the country's response to the pandemic. The decision strikes at the heart of the CDC's mission. In court documents, the judge described the order as unlawful and claimed the mask mandate exceeds the CDC's statutory authority. The news of the ruling was celebrated by some. Videos of airline passengers ripping off their masks and rejoicing trended online. But the decision against the CDC raised concerns in the public health community. It's the latest in a series of challenges to the agency's authorities that could hamstring its ability to respond to this pandemic and public health crises to come. It's stunning, the extent to which the courts are reading federal statutes in the most cramped, narrow way possible to sharply limit The CDC and Justice Department disagree with the mask ruling and are proceeding with an appeal. In the CDC's assessment, an order requiring masking in the indoor transportation corridor remains necessary for the public health, the agency said in a statement. Further, CDC believes this is a lawful order, well within CDC's legal authority to protect public health. In the face of an unprecedented pandemic, the Public Health Agency has flexed its regulatory powers to issue sweeping, legally binding orders that have affected travel, housing and migration. The agency is now facing a backlash over some of its actions from courts and Congress. Limits on public health powers may be gaining popularity now, but health law experts say the moves are short-sighted. They warn that the restrictions could undercut the ability of health officials to respond effectively now and in the future. If the reasoning behind this week's travel mask mandate ruling was hazy, the Supreme Court decision last August on the CDC's eviction moratorium was clear. In a 6-3 decision, the court found that the CDC had exceeded its authority in banning landlords across the country from ousting delinquent renter. The rationale for the moratorium was that evictions could contribute to the spread of COVID-19 by making it harder for people to isolate or quarantine. That the CDC put a stay on evictions in the first place was a move that surprised many, says Wiley.